So here we are pretty much going into our fourth summer, or at least my fourth summer of detailing. So the first 2 summers I started business were decent. You know, the first year I was just starting off, it was spring going into summer, and that was when I was first building up traction. Second year, I kind of had a better idea what I was doing, but I was still pretty much doing everything myself. Third year was last year, and I probably made less money last summer than I did those first 2 years combined. And it just created a lot more headache and stress than any of those years before. And now going into our fourth summer, as you can see here, this is June. We're not even in peak season yet, and we are absolutely crushing it. The schedule's staying completely full, kind of running into a capacity problem again, but I just hired another contractor, so hopefully it's not gonna be a problem this summer. But by far, we're on track to hit some of our biggest months that I've had since I started DK. And that's pretty much exactly what this whole video is gonna be about. I wanna break down the last 4 years of running my business into a 10-minute video, because now for running the business for 4 years, I feel like I could confidently tell you guys the do's and don'ts when it comes to this stuff. So if I had to compress the last 4 years of running my detailing business into one sentence, it would look like this. I spent the last 3 years of my life learning what doesn't work, and I spent the last year figuring out what actually does. And the best thing for you guys, all the mistakes that I made were completely avoidable. Obviously, I just didn't know better going through them at the time. So this video is for the detailer who's in the grind right now. Maybe this is your first year in business, your second year. Maybe you're just starting to hire employees. Maybe you're just setting up systems for the first time, whatever it may be. But most importantly, it feels like you're doing every single thing right, grinding, putting in the hours, yet something still isn't clicking. So for that reason, I want to give you an in-depth breakdown of what my business has looked like year to year. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm just the real version of what it looked like. The first year in business, I was completely sold a lie, not just by people online or gurus or people within the space, but my own mentors, guys that I looked up to. Year 2, I couldn't hire and train a team to save my life. And year 3, the money, the leads, the consistency was there, but I still felt broke. And then year 4 happened and something finally shifted. I'll show you guys exactly what that is. So let's get into it. I run DK Mobile Wash out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Detail Vice, which is my coaching program to help other detailers in the space. We've done 35K plus months. Now we're on track to do 50K months this summer. I've got the team, the systems, the recurring clients. I'm not telling you this at all to flex. I'm just showing you exactly where the last 4 years of my business journey has led up to, because the context is going to matter when I start breaking down that first year I was in business. So here's what I'm going to break down for each and every year. One is going to be a dominant mistake that I made for that year that changed my perspective on business, and of course something I would have done differently. So by the end of watching this video, you're going to have a clearer map in your head than I ever did. So year 1 starting the business, of course I was more excited and hungry than ever. And like most people do when they're hungry trying to achieve something, they go out looking for guidance. And at the time, the content I was consuming, the advice that I was receiving from people was all pretty much the same thing, and that was just grind, grind, grind. Do everything yourself. Work as many hours as possible. Get as many jobs in as possible. Do it by yourself, do it the hard way, and pay the price of struggle to achieve success. So I listened and did exactly what these people said because I looked up to them. I was doing every detail myself, answering every call, every follow-up, every sales process. I was doing my own everything, and I wore that as a badge. I would come home at the end of the day absolutely exhausted, but I was proud of how hard I was working. But the problem was that I was confusing activity and staying busy with making progress. Somehow I was busy every single day, but the business was staying completely stagnant. There was zero growth. It's because I was so deep and consumed in the actual work, I had no vision or even time to think about where the business was headed. And the thing that no one told me at the time was the do-it-yourself method, that grind mode, isn't actually about building a business. It's strictly just proving something to yourself, which is fine for one reason, but it's definitely not a business strategy. So the lie that year 1 taught me is that hard work is the answer. And I'm not saying that hard work isn't important or that it doesn't matter or won't get you anywhere, but direction and a plan matters way more than effort. You could literally spend years of your life grinding in the complete wrong direction. What I wish I had done instead was spend less time proving that I could do everything. Instead, focus on which things I could actually do to progress the business forward. You know, and that stuff looked like lead generation, online presence, sales processes, ability to become an amazing trainer and leader. Those are the important levers, but instead I was too busy washing cars like a dumbass that I didn't even have time to pull those levers. So if that's you right now, you're one of those guys who's deep in the grind, working 8 hours a day, but the numbers within your business aren't really reflecting the effort. I want you guys to stay with me because year 2 is when it gets even more costly. By year 2, I needed help. You know, the demand was there, but there's no way I could keep doing it all myself, so I had to bring help in. But here's what training and hiring looked like for me at the time. You know, I'd bring someone new in who had never detailed a car. I would show them how to do something once, maybe twice, and then expected them to be able to do that same thing over and over again every single time. And of course they didn't. The quality was nowhere near where I needed it to be, and I'd end up having to send them back, do it myself, and it was just frustrating and super stressful. Not to mention the amount of clients that I lost during that time period was just terrible. So literally the pattern looked like this every single time. I'd hire someone, I wouldn't be satisfied with the work, and then I'd end up doing it myself again. And of course, every single time that cycle would happen, I would just blame everything on the person, thinking I wasn't hiring a serious enough person, thinking I was going to the wrong places to hire. I'd just say they're too slow, they're not detail oriented, but they just didn't care enough about the business. And it took myself an embarrassingly long time to realize that the problem was never these people. It had everything to do with me. I had absolutely zero system to transfer the things that lived within my head, the skills that I taught myself over the year of detailing, to something on paper that someone could replicate themselves. A business that can only run the way you run isn't a business, it's just a job you can't quit. What I wish I had built year 2 were handwritten standards, a real onboarding process, and a checklist for every single service within my business. And it's not because I'm some systems geek, it's just because without documentation, without a written process, every single new hire you make is starting from ground zero, and the only reference point is you. The moment I started treating my business and my services like a product, something I designed, refined, and then handed off, everything changed because suddenly the business could grow beyond what I could personally do in one day. But here's the thing, even when I got the team down, year 3 came by and hit me in a completely different way. Because now the money was finally coming in and I had free time, but that was the most expensive mistake I made. Year 3 looked good from an outside perspective. Revenue was finally coming in, we were doing real numbers, I had team members completing each and every job. DK Mobile Wash was becoming a real operation for the first time. Yet somehow I still felt stressed about money every single week. The problem is I had no real separation between business money and personal money. I didn't have a real clear picture of what profit looked like after each and every job. I was looking at my bank account to determine whether or not this was a successful business, which is by far one of the worst ways to measure a business. So there'd be weeks where we'd almost do 10K in revenue and I'd feel great, and then the expenses would hit. Supplies, payroll, fuel, insurance. And then I realized the actual number that was left over was a tiny fraction of what I thought it should be. And instead of making decisions based on that small number, the profit, I'd make decisions based on what we were doing revenue-wise. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. I heard that phrase and I understood it intellectually long before I actually lived it. What I wish I had built year 3 was an actual financial system. Separate accounts, an actual good look of what my profit was each job, knowing my margin on every single service I offered, and actually paying myself a set salary instead of just pulling money out of the bank when I thought things looked good. When you don't have financial clarity, you make fear-based decisions. You underprice things because you think you can't afford to lose another job or opportunity. You don't reinvest back into the business because you don't know if the money is going to be there. And clarity all around fixes all those problems. Now, year 4 didn't start off with some dramatic event. There was no single moment where everything just changed for me. In fact, the change was quieter than that. I started treating like every single little problem like it needed my personal attention. And I started treating the business like something I was building instead of just keeping alive. 3 things came together in year 4 that I don't think had ever worked before separately. I started spending time on the real things that could compound. Things like Google, client retention, pricing structure, things that keep paying you off even when the work is done. And I stopped measuring success off of how tired I was after each work day. 2, I built systems that no longer needed me. I finally built training that worked. SOPs, checklists, a real onboarding process. And when I hired or brought someone on new to the team, I was no longer the bottleneck. The system was simply doing the transferring for me. 3, financial clarity. I know my numbers straight up. Not just the revenue, but the profit on every job. Monthly overhead, the numbers I needed to hit to be healthy. When you know your numbers, your decisions are way easier. If you're thinking about raising your prices, you know you need to. If you're thinking about hiring someone new, you know if you could afford that. The year 1 version of me in the story did not need to work harder. He needed a better roadmap. And that's honestly why I built Detail Vice, because the detailing industry is full of so many people who are amazing, talented, super hardworking, yet they're just moving in the wrong direction. And no one out there is giving them the honest breakdown of what actually matters. Year 1 isn't about grinding harder, it's just about finding the right levers to pull. Year 2 isn't about finding the best talent in the world, it's about creating the systems that can turn any stranger into professional tech. Year 3 isn't about making more money, it's about understanding the money you're already making. And year 4 happens when those 3 things stop being lessons and start becoming the way you operate.